everyone. That was awkward. Oh shit. Fuck. Look up at the camera more? Just kidding. Sort of. Check it.
Welcome, Aquarius. This is a general reading for the sign of Aquarius for October 2017. This can be viewed, I guess, or this reading can be for Aquarius sun, moon, rising, or any other like planet or aspect or anything like that. Particularly, I think moon sign. If your sun sign doesn't really seem to resonate, you might want to check that out. And I will put a link below where you can find out what your moon sign and your rising and all that are. Okay, so let's get started with your reading. Okay. I am seeing something that feels like a very new and childlike energy, by which I mean like it's a little bit like clunky, if that makes sense. It's like faculties aren't very well developed. It's not. It's messy, but it's like has a purity to it, and a sort of an innocence to it. But it's very like very new. Like it's that stage sort of. I want to say it's like when something is born, it's like their eyes haven't quite opened yet, right? Like they're born and they're there and they're starting to experience things, but their eyes aren't open yet, like a baby puppy or something. And it's definitely, feels like something that has the potential to go very deep, but it's very surface oriented at the time, and you're kind of like checking it out, or someone's checking it out, whether it be you or you viewing an internal part of yourself or something in your life or something. It's kind of really like brand new, and there's sort of has been an inkling of it, it's almost a transitionary period, but it's more on the side of the new cycle, right? It's like that end cycle is still like there a tiny bit, and there's like some foresight and that kind of thing involved, but it's still very childlike, kind of naive, that kind of thing. There could be some like reactionary feelings and that kind of thing. A little bit of maybe like stubbornness and not understanding and things like that. Just because you don't understand yet, right? It is so very brand new. But as I said, it's a very like pure kind of energy. Like it's not in any way what's the word? It's not in any way like aggressive, really. There's this anger card here, but I'm not seeing that it's or I shouldn't say aggressive. I should say like vindictive or anything like that. Like it's not purposeful. It's just things not being well developed and having a little bit of an adjustment period, kind of. And there's a sense of kind of jumping into something, right? Of making that. As I said, it's that period, but like that's like your right beginning, coming into something, right? So it's that kind of jumping off period, and there is a sense of like going for it, right? Of kind of not holding back, but going for it, but it being kind of still very surface level. But there's also something gratifying and symbiotic about it too, and complementary. I'm seeing. Like I said, it has the potential to go deep, but it hasn't yet. It's still on the surface. I said that a million times. Okay. So if that seems familiar to you, I'm going to pick these up, put some more cards down, and come back with some advice about this situation. And I'll be right back. Okay, Aquarius, I'm back with your advice. Your advice is, I think that it would be very easy because of the as I said, the stage that this element is in, to kind of ignore it, right? Or to enjoy it in a passive way and not really be hugely interactive because there's not, a lot of attachment or obligation involved in that kind of thing. but they want you to kind of steer away from that a little bit, and instead be a little bit more just interactive, not shying away from that gracelessness. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that too much. That's not really a big deal. It's just, it is what it is. About that sort of not knowing, you know what I mean? That's fine to kind of embrace that and take it with a sense of spontaneity and experience, right? Experiencing it, checking it out, being physically present with it, and looking at it that way. Whether or not it's something that you choose to continue to at least explore it that way, right? At least look at it in a proactive and an interactive way. And with a little bit of stability as well, right? Be yourself, as I said. Don't worry about the sort of any confusion or whatever that you're having. That's why you're checking it out, right? That's why you kind of interact with it and see what it has to offer, and go from your gut a little bit on some of that stuff, right? Let yourself be, as I said, spontaneous, and not not too relaxed into it. I'm definitely seeing in both sides of the spread, the sort of the contradictory one and the advice like area is just a very like warm energy, right? Lots of heat and that kind of thing, and it just wants you to be more interactive with that. I am seeing that there could be a sense of like still enjoying it, you know what I mean? Of like seeing it as like, oh, this is something that you could enjoy for a second, but you're not going to like grab onto it. And I'm not saying necessarily to do that, or necessarily to grab onto it, but to at least examine it a little bit more and do it with a little bit more specificity and purpose and interaction. A little bit less just sitting back and watching it and just kind of taking it in, right? Let's see, what else did I want to say? What else did I want to say? I guess maybe that's it. Is that it? I feel like there was something else I wanted to say about that fire energy that I was getting. Yeah, kind of. There could be indicated some, as I said, a blind spot for this, a feeling from you or from somebody about this element that it's like not really going to be immediately stimulating enough, or it's not worth kind of your attention or your energy, kind of thing, right? It's like you appreciate it on one level, but it's not like worth any more than that from the get-go, you know, kind of thing. But I'm seeing that may be kind of more of a blind spot, that you might want to go take a second look and see if there's something that you missed, right, or that you are missing when you first kind of encounter this thing or whatever. And it seems a little bit, fine. It seems fine. It doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world, but it just doesn't seem like something you want to really go after. And as I said, I'm not really saying that it necessarily is something you want to go after. It's just something that might be worth it to look at. You know what I mean? Whether it leads somewhere else or whatever, it just might be worth a little bit of an investment of your energy, and not in a huge way. Like I said, it's still that surface energy. That's still that beginning stage. It's just about checking things out, and kind of seeing what's going on and learning a little bit more about them before you kind of write them off. Okay, now I'm really done. If this was helpful to you, which I hope it was, subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment, share, and all that stuff. Yes, okay, thank you for watching.